we spent a whole week in Lyon, France, which is longer than most people get to spend there. In this overview of the sights, the food, the museums, and side trips from Lyon, we hope to give you a good idea of what you can expect from this wonderful, cosmopolitan, and historic city. The city is divided by two rivers, the Saône and the Rhone. There are many pedestrian bridges one can take traversing this easily walkable city. Place de Bellecour is a central intersection of the metro, as well as an entrance to Rue de République, a main shopping area.
We're at the Basilica Notre Dame of Fourvière at the very tippy top of Lyon, overlooking the entire city. And we literally walked up at least 1,000 steps and then up a steep hill. So I am just so excited by that climb. This better be really amazing inside.
The Notre Dame Basilica is very beautiful inside. It's kind of gray compared to the outside. The crypt is very tall but not very interesting. And as you can see, there are a lot of people touring it, and it's free.
So we're at the Roman ruins in Lyon, and we couldn't actually get into the ruins. They were closed. However, we have an amazing view from the top.
Kathy's a little disappointed. She found out only today that there was a funicular after walking all the way up to the basilica. The main park is well worth a visit. It combines a war memorial, lake, hiking trails, and a free zoo. So you may wonder how to get to the island. Well, there's actually a tunnel right under where those cormorants were. A coot. More hens.
Hi.
What is wrong with you? Kathy being entertained. The Lyon Zoo is the most popular zoo in France. And it's really nice because it's free and it's just part of the park. So Kathy, why are you back at the park?
Très stupide. Very stupid. I lost my wallet yesterday, but someone very kindly found it, and I'm going to the museum to pick it up.
His parents' house one day, and he found boxes and boxes of records. He didn't want to.
I'm standing in front of the Tourist Bureau in Lyon. Before we left for our trip, Sean purchased a city card, which for one day is 20 euros. However, if you get a 3-day card, it's considerably less per day. And with those cards, we were able to go to a myriad of museums, ride the trams, ride the buses, ride the metro, and also, had it not been raining, we could have had a lovely cruise on the Saône and Rhone rivers. But instead, we took the city bus, which offers you a tour, and we actually used the city bus as public transportation to the funicular. So definitely a great deal and something worth getting. Bonjour.
Lyon has a variety of museums. The Fine Arts Museum has a great variety of paintings and special exhibitions. It's best characterized as having many masters' minor works and many minor artists' masterworks. Portrait of Envy. Museum of Miniatures and Cinema was one of our favorite museums. It has set pieces, costumes, miniature models, and small models of rooms. This set from the Perfumer took 6 months to build by 12 people. Yes, that is the real Harry Potter wand. These rooms are less than 12 inches high. The museum gets its name because it sits at the confluence of the Saône and Rhone rivers. The permanent exhibits are a bit of an odd mixture of objects, while the special exhibits we found to be quite interesting.
The Museum of Contemporary Art in Lyon, and we were there 15 minutes, 5 minutes on each floor. There wasn't much inside right now.
English speakers should probably put the Museum of Resistance and Deportation low on their list. One of our favorite museums is the Museum of Printing and Graphic Communication. The museum steps you through the history of books, typography, and different printing techniques. From the outside, it doesn't look like a huge museum, but the inside there's a wealth of different displays and sample books. Lyon is the capital of French cuisine.
I'm going to eat a really hot crepe.
There's a wonderful farmers market on the banks of the Saône, and it's open every day.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. As usual, Kathy's getting 2 desserts for lunch. You have some wine?
Makes me smile. I'm about to eat this. It's very good. Sean, how do you feel about my suggested dinner of sea bream that's grilled?
It has a head and a tail.
It does, yes. I'm sorry, Sean, it's a whole fish grilled. And Sean and I both got the same thing, so we both have a whole fish with head and tail on.
So we just had lunch in Lyon, which is the big market in Lyon, and it's really focused on restaurants. So there's a lot of places where you can buy cheese and meat and oysters, but it's really a restaurant place, and it's very modern, but worth a visit.
Sean and I are in the Red Cross district area of Lyon. It was known originally as the silk producing area, but today it's the place where we're going to take a culinary tour.
Alors on a la Confédération du pâté en croûte, absolument. You eat fish?
Yes.
That's fish.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Et alors, encore une fois, moi, mes grands-parents, ils en font, ils les ont fait, j'étais chez eux il y a 2 jours. Et, shops, just in Lyon, and in Japan too. It's very famous in Japan. Le saucisson lyonnais, mais je ne...
Next, we go behind the scenes to see this year's Christmas figurines being made by hand.
Ici, dans la première salle, qui est la zone de cuisson, tout simplement.
Our guide was very knowledgeable and spoke English and French.
Là, le chocolat blanc est à pleine balle. Normalement, ils n'utilisent pas trop. Parce que c'est la période de Noël. Mais sinon, à la... Je les ai vus faire, ils les ont fait il y a un mois à peu près. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Et donc après... Donc là,
Ouais, mais j'ai fait pas.
Pardon, qu'une fois par jour. C'est comme ça qu'on a un fromage de meilleure qualité. Avec...
Merci.
Chartreuse is made locally by monks.
Merci. Thank you. So we just spent €3 and we're going to get a slice or a portion of what I refer to as a bûche Noël, which is a Christmas cake that looks like a log, and the proceeds benefit children with cancer.
Et c'est un bon moment de convivialité comme chaque année, ce sera la 6e édition.
Des bites de 600 grammes, et 4,20 €, soit 7 € le kilo.
Cœur de la presqu'île, au Barocco.
So what are you having there, Kath?
Mushrooms with a poached egg on top. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. Bonsoir.
What other French sayings do you know?
Merci beaucoup. Ça, s'il vous plaît, this please. Je ne comprends pas. I do not understand. Combien? How much? And
Numbers?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know.
We wanted a day trip from Lyon and decided on Annecy, which was a 2-hour train ride from Lyon. And we chose well because this is a beautiful city.
Just looking at shoes.
Praying for them. Annecy has flipped back and forth between Switzerland and France and was an important stronghold for the Catholic bishop during the Calvinist Reformation. The city abuts Lake Annecy, which is the third largest lake in France. It also has the nickname of Venice of the Alps. This is the classic shot.
I am in Annecy, I believe it's how it's pronounced. We are right at the border of Switzerland as well as Italy and at the base of the French Alps.
This is the Island Palace, and it sits in between two streams that come out of the lake. And in the 12th century, this was a prison, then it became a mint, and then it became a hall of justice.
So I love taking pictures of wildlife, and I have an Instagram account devoted just to wildlife photos. Today was a really big day in the wildlife photo world. I saw some coots, swans, merganser ducks, I think it was a ruddy duck, and seagulls. But the coolest thing I got, and I'm going to take it home for our kitties. This is a beautiful city with amazing canals, very nice people as usual, and delicious food. And right now Sean and I are sitting by the river with some lattes, enjoying the scenery.
The Christmas market!
Vous avez réussi à faire avec je trouve elle est envie et...
We have a 5-hour layover in Frankfurt, so we just took the train to the main train station. Now we're going to take the underground, and hopefully we'll get to see the Christmas market. Here at the Frankfurt Christmas market, it's early in the morning, well, just after 10, and it's really starting to get crowded even though the shop's just opened up. It winds through the street, it's not in a big square, and it's really in the old part of the city, which is largely reconstructed after World War II.